Hey, what is going on, guys? Vega here from SerpentX Special Forces. Doing another live stream, 2 in 1 day. If you look behind me, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's another one of those scam giveaways. That's not what this video is about. However, I want to make a very strong point right now because I'm getting sick and tired of this. So, on my channel, if you haven't checked it out already, there's another video on here of my top 5 ways to protect your crypto, which really applies to everything. Please go check it out after. But these giveaways are not real, so please stop falling for it. Okay? That's not really a live conversation that's happening. Whatever crypto you send to this address is not going to be sent back to you tenfold, fivefold, whatever fake number they want to tell you. Anyways, beyond the point. This video is about, well, the EVGA RTX 3060 non-TI card. 12 gigabyte card. Matter of fact, let me grab the box. This guy. Right here. Alright, so I know my tweet's going to get a lot of hate, and I know people are going to click the link in my tweet just to dislike this video. So if you could really help me out, do me a favor, hit the like button right now. As you come in and fill in the stream, please hit the like button, because hashtag RTX 3060 and hashtag crypto or mining in the same tweet, holy crap, do I get a lot of hate speech and comments and all kinds of craziness. So I would greatly appreciate whatever you can do to like and share this video. To kind of negate the negative feedback I'm going to get from users. But it is the EVGA XC, right? So XC is not a for the win 3 or anything like that. XC 3060 non-TI 12 gigabytes. So we want to play around with this thing like I normally do. I usually do a live stream. We got our kilowatt meter in the lower left hand corner. Let me know if you cannot see that. I have a little light that I can turn on, and we're just gonna start going at it. I hope the audio is good. I hope you guys can hear me just fine. You know what? Matter of fact, let me try something here. What did I took? Media. There it is. All right, hang on. Hold on. Watch your ears. Watch your ears. Alright, just some light background music, so that way it's gonna be on a loop, but I mean I need to get a whole new plethora of content. This live stream is brought to you by dogelord.com. Dogelord.com, don't delay, buy today, as Crypto Mikkel says. Let me check live chat here in a second. But we are expanding, ladies and gentlemen, expanding. We got Savage Mind, DC Adventure, myself, Aeon, or Open Application Network, Red Panda Mining, and Cryptocurrent. So we just added Savage Mind's collection. I am impressed with this shirt. He said to me in a tweet today, I don't know why Serpent's name is so much bigger than the rest, but hey, I'll take it. A win's a win. So yeah, Savage Mind coming into selling merchandise, DC Adventure, and as well the collection I got. Make sure you always stack them sats. Doesn't matter whether it's Doge or Ethereum. Alright, let's get right into it. So let's throw up a miner real quick and see what this thing can do. Technically, we can use what I'm about to do today as uh-oh. That was weird. We can use what I'm about to do today to show you how I tune GPUs. Like, so this is a brand new GPU. I have never played with it, touched it, analyzed it in any form or fashion. And I'll show you what I basically do. First off, I change this particular profile, the GUI, the user interface, to see what it looks like. I change it to nope. 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 Where's my original? Wow, what did you guys do with my original? Jeez Louise. That's classic afterburner right there. Now that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll take that. Bam. That's pretty sweet looking. That one's new. Alright, so we're at stock everything. Let me go ahead and open up a new notepad before I look at the live chat. If you're trying to get my attention, make sure you @ me or send a super chat. Let's see here. So RTX 3060, because we need to log all this stuff. The beautiful thing I like about Nvidia is, for some reason, compared to other GPUs like AMD, it tends to do really well. Like, I can multitask on this compared to other video cards. Like, all the Nvidia GPUs let me do my thing. Hang on, I'll get to you in live chat in just a second. Hang on. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? I have no idea what the heck I did with it. Crypto. That's speculation. I have a template that I use to try to like go through all my mining programs, but I guess I lost it when I reset my computer. Shoot, that sucks. Software, no. Mining performance, mining performance. Yeah, let's see. What the heck did I do with it? Okay, there's one. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to start from scratch. That sucks. That sucks so bad. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, I hate it when that happens. 3060 Ti. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna be in the same format though. We'll see. We'll try. Okay. Cool. It did keep the same format. Alright, so we're using, what are we using? What are we using? Phoenix Miner 5.5C. I don't think there's a newer version than that. Yeah, 5.5C. That's what we're using right now. Let me make sure I update this, and then I'll check on chat. Of course, there might be ways to circumvent stuff. I'm not going to openly talk about it because I'm sure the gamers are in waiting to strike me down. 42 viewers. Wow, what's up, guys? Good evening. Thank you all for coming by. First off, thank you to my wife. As Chump Change and Pocket Change and I were talking, happy wife, happy life. If it wasn't for her, I would not be able to do this at all. So, huge thank you to my wife. Matter of fact, let's didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. Let's put this up here and put the MSI afterburner down here. All right. So, okay. Alright, Crypto Mikhail, what's up, man? Good evening to you. Hopefully I'm not overlapping. If I'm overlapping anybody, Crypto Mikhail, DCA Adventure, Savage Mind, let me know. Techman, TY, thank you for being a member, first off. And thank you always as coming by. What's up, Grits? Hey, man. New Egg Shuffle, baby. Got it day one, off rip. Just luck. Just luck. That's all it is. Just luck. Space Goats, what's up, man? Limitless. Let's see here. I got 2 on the way, hoping, Joe says, I got 2 on the way, hoping this will sway me from keeping them. Hoping this will sway me. You don't want to keep the cards? Well, I don't know. We'll find out. Well, Grits, go for it. Which model did you get? Let me know in the live chat. Dang, thought you can't stream this evening. Yeah, man, I thought so too, but wife has plans. She's going to hang out with one of her girlfriends and let me stream. So, hey, what can we say? Yeah, maybe the gamers might be interested in this 3060. I'll sell it to one of them at MSRP after I get all my data. Hope everyone's enjoying the Bitcoin and Ethereum price rebound. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. My prediction is 30 mega hash, same as 2060. Any predictions? My prediction, the great Boomhauer, is 2070, below 2070 level performance, but right around 2060. So right in the ballpark where you're at. Let's make some boxes while watching Serpent. Spades goats. Funny thing is, it's profitable. Okay, well, we're at stock right now. We can see where the clocks are. Let me get the hardware monitor open up. Hopefully my stream isn't doing that crap it was doing last time. I am streaming from my laptop. I'm getting two birds with one stone. So earlier today I streamed a teardown on my laptop because I was running liquid metal on it. And yeah. I'm getting two birds with one stone. Seeing if the laptop can hang. YouTube is telling me my stream is not smooth. So if it's dropping packets here and there, let me know in the live chat. My apologies though. I'm just trying to run through all this. John Smith, my PS5 is now being used for crypto mining. The mining performance of the console reached 98.76 mega hash. The power consumption was 211. The PS5? Anybody seen that? Joe Smith? PS5 being used for crypto mining. The mining performance is 98.76 mega hash. The power is 211 watts. That's crazy. Is that somebody tell me if he's lying? Somebody find out if he's lying. What's up, Simon? How you doing? Fate, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, unfortunately, that's all we can do with those ads that I was talking about at the beginning is just report them. Alright, so I'm trying to get caught up. What's up, Doge Lord, Chris Anderson? Thank you for stopping by. Savage Mod. Max Voltage, you're not late, buddy. We are just getting started. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Alright, EVGA XC, yep, you guys are letting everybody know. Alright, communicate amongst yourselves. If you have any questions, hit me up. SerpentX said, or T Macaboy? The Macaboy. I don't know. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. The Mac Y boy? Alright. Are risers consistently drawing their rate of 75 watts? Trying to figure out my headroom for switching out the two 3060 Ti's for 3080s in the near future. First off, if you paid attention to Bitsby Trippin's live stream, we noticed that the 3000 series, specifically the 3090 and 3080, were really putting over 75 watts through the riser. So don't be connecting it via SATA. Do not power your risers via SATA. Alright? I have a video about powering risers safely and stuff like that. And a number of us in the crypto community have released content about that. But just be very careful. The 3000 series pulls a lot of juice. And I want you to understand something. If your 6-pin or 8-pin for some reason is not getting the power it needs through the splitter or whatever it's connected to, it will try to draw through the riser. And because it's not a motherboard, it's a riser, the riser's going to let it have it, right? So even though it should have like a cutoff internally, like, nope, you're drawing too much, it won't. It will let it have. We saw over 100 watts through the riser on the 3090. It's nuts. Okay, so if you were powering that thing with SATA, we would have been frying some stuff. So be very careful. What I recommend is connect via 6-pin, okay? Alright, let's start tuning. Yeah, right now we're low. We're at stock. Ravki, yes. So Molex is better than SATA. So 6-pin all the way. If you can power all your risers with 6 pins, do it. Direct 6-pin connection. Some power supplies you don't have it. That's why a server power supply is very. I don't know why the stream's dropping. So it's doing it around this time. So I'm guessing this is peak hours in my neighborhood that the stream is doing this crap. It's really pissing me off though, especially when I pay a pretty penny to have gigabit internet. Anyways, let's do some tuning. But yeah, just try to make sure you're connecting or powering with the risers. Let's look at the power stock real quick. So, alright, so we're at 21.4. Let me write this information down before I get lost. 21.5.4. Let's put 46. 21.46. We'll leave that stock 00 TDP. What's TDP at? TDP stock 100. Okay. Let's look at the numbers for watts real quick, because here's the thing. I updated the you can't see me, you can just hear me, but I updated this system, the test system, recently from the Intel 9900K to a new motherboard and CPU. So the wattage difference is definitely different. So let's look at what it is now. So I'm seeing, I would say about 150 at idle. Yeah. 140, 152, 146. Let's just say ballpark 150. Alright, so 150 at idle. Let me run up the miner again. Actually, before I do that, let me show you how tiny this thing is. This thing is tiny. So anyways, the size of this thing is very small. This internet connection is going to piss me off. I just told my boys to, whatever they're using that they're not using internet-wise, turn that crap off. Because it's killing me. Alright. Since the stream is already going to make me mad, let's just get this over with. Alright. So 150 was the number we settled on. So 110 watts almost. System idle. And I'll have all this put together. If you guys can't stay for the whole stream, I completely understand. You guys do what you need to. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Be safe. But I'm going to take the same data, do offline testing, and put it in a nice little spreadsheet or data dump for you on Reddit and Voscoin Talk. It's about 115. Yeah, I would say 115, 115 watts. What's hardware info saying? Yeah, okay. So hardware info is not too far off. With the AMD GPUs though, the number was all over the place. Hardware info would tell me one number. The mining program itself would tell me another. Kilowatt meter was telling me another. So I went off the kilowatt meter for the AMD RX 6800, by the way. But this one seems, Nvidia seems to be reporting properly, or close to. So 120 watts, that sounds about right. Yeah, that don't sound too bad. Alright, so 120 watts. We'll go with what hardware info because it's pretty much on spot on with the kilowatt meter. 21.4 stock. All right, so let's tune this baby. All right, we're gonna go straight for the jugular. Let's go ahead and bump up the core to 150. So 1957 core clock. By the way, the ambient air temperature in my case, you could see here, is 32.4, right? GPU is hitting 62. It doesn't seem that we can see the memory temperatures on this thing. And honestly, I don't think it has thermal pads on the back. Or I think EVGA may have put it, but it may have not been as needed or as warranted. We could always increase the fan speeds, but we don't see the memory temperature on this thing. Memory clock, all right, so 1957, 1972 is the highest. All right, let's go. Let's step it up. Where's the apply button? There it is. 2107 core clock. Of course, that's not going to do anything because Ethereum cares about memory. Oh yeah, Space Ghost joining the merch on dogelord.com. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Anybody that's new that's joining, please tag me or at me at SerpentXSF so that way I can catch your message. Okay, it's just my MCY. Okay, basically I have a little under 2,000 watts between two PSUs, drawing between 240, 250 on my current 3080s, and wanting to switch out the 3060s. I have to 3080s with CNYNs. I mean, you should be fine. Just remember what I said about SATA connections. Do you think it's a good time to buy a 3070? Says Wayheads. Yeah. So here's something I want you to think about. 3070, good for you're going to be gaming and then mining every once in a while. 3060 Ti if you're going to be mining 24/7. The 3070 and the 3060 Ti are basically the same, and you can pay less for the 3060 Ti while getting the same price and performance as the 3070. So if you're going to be gaming and then mining ever so often, 3070. If you're going to be mining 24/7, 3060 Ti. However, in this current market, get your hands on whatever the hell you can get your hands on, period. All right. So that we already knew core clock wasn't going to do anything, so let's not waste time here. All right, so the next one I have down, let's see if we could push it. 900 mem. So I'm comparing it off the data that I got from the 3060 Ti version. We're leaving the TDP. Actually, in the 3060, it wanted me to do this. 111? Ooh. Alrighty then. So 130 watts basically. All right, 128, 24.4. Yeah, this is not a card you want to get for mining, obviously, because of what Nvidia did with the drivers. Okay, so the 3060 software drivers are designed to detect specific attributes of Ethereum cryptocurrency mining algorithm and limit hash rate or cryptocurrency mining efficiency by about 50%. So if we break that 50% ratio that they're talking about, that will put us around what, 20, 50, almost 50 mega hash, thereabouts, if we are able to break that. All right, where are my moderators at? Crypto Mikkel, you in here? John Smith, please stop posting that. I appreciate you sharing that information at the beginning, but that's getting annoying now. Do not post that again. If you want to share with people where you're getting your data from, go for it. Yeah, so 24.4 mega hash or thereabouts when I'm not doing stuff on the computer. And the hash rate will go up once I'm not moving the mouse around or playing around with programs like I just was. I am recording from the laptop or streaming from the laptop, but all right. So Crypto Mikel, you want to try that trick here in a minute? Let's see what the max memory is. Okay, so 1200. We're going to drop the TDP down to 80 now. Okay, TDP down to 80. 1250. Let's see if we get a crash. So far, so good. Super Slim PS3 was too new. I tried it. 25.38, 25.34. Let's see what it settles down at. 24.382, 397. So basically 25.4 is where it's getting close to. Drawing about 132 watts. I just want to test something real quick. Gonna throw up the core. We're gonna move quick, and this is really testing and tuning. And if you're new to mining, basically when you have a new card like this and nobody's got data out, you just play around with it, right? So you find out the algo that you're mining on. Ethereum is a more memory intensive application. Kapow for Ravencoin is a more core intensive application. Each algo is got its own niche, and you can quickly Google and research that information, to be completely honest. But once you identify what, you're like, okay, I want to focus on memory tuning, or I want to focus on core tuning. Core does help with memory intensive applications, like a little bit of core, but not as much as memory tuning. Like say we just bumped it up, the core to plus 100, and it only helped out a little bit, but that little bit does add up in the long run. We did increase power draw by maybe one watt, but let's say we're going to stick around 132 watts from the wall. Because of what the kilowatt meter is saying. Yeah, so 25.4. Alright, so now next thing we're going to try is seeing if bumping up the core to 250 is going to do anything, which I severely doubt. We're going to apply it. Power draw is still pretty much the same. Went up to 134. 134 is good. I like it. 80% TDP, 1250 mem, 250 core. What does it do? Can you guys hear me just fine over the music? And can you guys even hear the music? Please let me know in live chat. Only got 40 people watching, which is completely fine. Max Voltage, I would never use your name in vain. So Ethereum Classic, you know, they moved to a different algorithm, ETC hash, rather than ETH hash or Dagger or whatever you want to call it. But it's not as profitable as it used to be. I mean, the network hash rate's gotten better, but it's not as profitable. So yeah, plus 250 did absolutely nothing. .43, 25.4. Alright, so now we're going to bring the voltage down to the bottom, minus 502. See what happens there. This is the next thing I have on my list. So I'm using the same list that I have for the 3060 Ti's mining performance for this. How many dislikes do I got on the video, guys? Somebody tell me how many dislikes I got. I want to see how many gamers came in here just to dislike my video and leave. I'm a gamer. I'm an enthusiast overclocker. I just like hardware. But, I mean, anything that has a new video card plus the freaking, the words crypto and mining in it, good God, you're screwed. We didn't really drop much power draw. With something like this, like the 1660 Ti's, the 3060 Ti, we could probably go down to 50% TDP and see a decent power drop overall. So 25.2 is where we're settling. Okay, now dropping the TDP to 50%. So 58's the lowest. That's as low as we can go. 58. Interesting. The power draw just did drop down quite a bit, though. Basically 100 watts. Still keeping the same thing though, so we just save power, save electricity, sitting around 25.2 mega hash. If there is something that comes out that the gamers aren't going to be too happy about and maybe Nvidia won't like, and there's a way to circumvent the cut to power or the cut to mining performance, I will share it with you as soon as I can. Not sure if that's going to get me in trouble. I don't see why it would. I mean, this is a free world, at least here in the United States. So, I mean, Nvidia is going to... They can't stop me from getting graphics cards because they don't send me anything. But the goal isn't to show, hey, you know, look at me, I can do this. It's more or less to provide you guys data so that way you can make an informed decision. If you are building a mining rig and maybe you want to get all the new Nvidia mining specific graphics cards, good on you. You know, maybe the 3060 is something that miners can avoid so that way the gamers can get their hands on it. And more power to the gamers, you know. Nothing but respect for those guys because I am a gamer myself. I don't buy swabs or pallets of these GPUs. I literally just get it just like everybody else, having to claw and fight for it. I got lucky with the Newegg Shuffle, and I'm very grateful for it. The Newegg Shuffle is better than what it was at the very beginning. So if you're interested in trying to get a GPU, I would recommend doing that. Alright, so we got our numbers. So 25.1 mega hash at minus 502 core plus 1250 on the mem at a TDP of 58% is 100 watts. So let's try to push the memory as far as we can go. 1500, see if we get a crash. But basically, if we didn't have a 50% reduction in mining performance due to the Nvidia drivers, at 100 watts, 50 mega hash, what's the math on that, Savage? What's the math on that? Throw it in a live chat for me, somebody. You're going to take the 50 mega hash, divide by 100 watts, and what's the 0 point what? As far as a hardware efficiency is what we're concerned about. I'll check live chat here in a minute. I'm trying not to move the mouse so that way we can get a consistent number in mega hash. Alright, so 25.9 25.9. I'm gonna go 95. 25.95. Alright, 25.95 mega hash. Alright, nobody did it for me? Okay, cool. 63 mega hash is pretty good, MCY. That's pretty good. Yeah, so Nvidia is really good, by the way, Fate, at locking down GPUs to stop users from circumventing anything. Unlike AMD, where, you know, we got the more power tool. Yeah, so it's 0.50, which is a pretty good efficiency if you could unlock the GPU. But as it sits right now, with its current setup, you know, 25, let's just say 25.9 divided by 100, the efficiency is horrible. It's at 0.25, the lowest we've ever seen in the mining community as a whole, which is what Nvidia is trying to. I was trying to look at the efficiency. No, that's it. John Wick, if you listen to me, that if we were able to circumvent, and we got a crash pushing it, if we were able to circumvent the Nvidia thing, my stream's breaking up. If we were able to circumvent the Nvidia thing, then that would have been the efficiency, is 0.50. But because of the lock at the BIOS level, we're at 0.25. So unfortunately, it's crap. John Wick, are you behind? Are you delayed? Or am I delayed? Because that's what the point that you're saying in live chat is the point that I just said. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So if you're just saying it to agree with me, cool. Alright, we're going to do some Raven. I might be delayed. That might be why. Alright, what version of T-Rex miner is this? 1911. Okay, 1911. Let me put this down real quick. I'm going to do some Aeon for my boy Yashnik here in a minute. Let's see what this best setup that I found for Ethereum, at least, to be does. And then we'll go back to stock. Temps aren't getting bad at all, but this GPU is very tiny, so. Alright, so temp limit. Fan speed 64%. Still at 100 watts. Just to get out of your way real quick, while waiting for that to equalize. So you can see the intake air temperature of my case is 34.3 C. It is getting a little bit warm in this room. AC is off. When it kicks on, it's around 32. The back temperature is around the VRM, so don't worry about that. The liquid AIO temperatures on my CPU. Really what we're concerned about is the GPU. The GPU so far hit a max of 66 degrees Celsius. And you can see the voltages, the fan speeds, and then power. GPU power is the wattage that we're comparing against the kilowatt meter. And of course, here's the rest of the data and information. Memory clocks, core clocks, all that. We are not hitting any performance limits on the thermal, which is what you're concerned about. With the 3080s, this one right here, the second one in the performance limit category, is the one you're looking at for the 3080 if you're ever thermal throttling or anything like that. If that says yes, your hash rate's going to suffer. Alright, so 15.07 at its current setup. What does that compare to everything else? Somebody in the live chat, please do me a favor and go and look up what the 3060, well, I can look it up real quick. 3060 Ti mining performance. Just pull from my own data. So the 3060 Ti was getting 27.2 mega hash. So Crypto Mikkel, looks like it's locked across the board, to be completely honest with you. Anything mining related will lock this GPU down. Of course, the hash rate just dropped just now, not only because, well, because I was moving around. So I'm going to hit the reset button, put everything back to stock, and we're going to see what the hash rate levels out at. So basically it's getting a 1080 level of hash rate. So put into stock everything. Look at that temperature rise. Look at the GPU temperature rise. Let me get out of your way here. I know, Swamp. I know. I'm not worried about that, brother. For Raven, you want core more than anything, but I'm going through I'm using the exact same numbers that I have for the 3060. The exact same numbers. So that way I can run through it and provide that data, you know, showing people that are not familiar with what algos or more core intensive or memory intensive can actually see. So I have first set 00, TDP 100, second set 00, TDP 80, third set 100 on the core, 0 on the mem, TDP 80, and then fourth set 100 on the core, 400 on the mem, TDP 80. It's just giving you base data. You guys got to tune from there. I'm just giving you a data dump. I'm not worried about being super efficient. Just trying to get through this and get some numbers for you guys, and then get off of online. As much as I love you, I'm not spending my rest of my night with you guys. Alright, so 170 watts. Okay, so let's drop the TDP down to 80. Let's see what happens. Max temp was 72C. It's getting up there. Savage Mine, yes. Yeah, a lot of people are switching over to Octopus algo. Conflux. Yeah, so exactly, John Wick. So Nvidia, I mean, as much as everybody's been griping on them, Nvidia has successfully engineered a card that at the BIOS level cannot be altered unless you're super intelligent or have the capability, or just a BIOS engineer, so to speak. That miners won't touch. That miners will be more hesitant to touch. Somebody get Yashnik in here, because we're going to do Aeon next. If somebody's got Yashnik, tweet at him and let him know to jump in here, so we can check out Aeon next. But I already knew this card was going to be bad. Now you guys know how bad, and therefore you guys can be like, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to avoid it like the plague now. And I'm sure the gamers are rejoicing about that. More power to them, like I said. I don't buy pallets of it. I just buy new hardware tests, provide data, and then you guys can make your own decision on whether or not you want to buy 6, 8, or whatever amount you want. Alright, so we're getting 135 watts, 19.93. So the next one down is we're going to add 100 on the core and see what that does. Now you said the 3060 Ti was getting 20 something mega hash. The highest I got on mine was 27.2. So let's see what this gets up to. Yeah, gamers will. I mean, because their stock is gone, and it's the end of the world when they can't build a new computer. Well, I know my buddy Nefarious is having a hard time building components or computers for his clients because he can't get the hardware, so I understand his position. Ian, who are you talking about? So yeah, we settled at 20. Mega hash. I am never streaming at night again, I swear to God. It's just horrible. 20 mega hash. Power draw is still the same. Alright. Now next one I have on my table here is adding some memory to it, which isn't going to do much for Kapow, but let's just see. Oh. Yeah, that's because they be playing games offline about banning each other. Yashnik and Red Panda. And Savage Mind, yes. Yes to your previous question, yes. Well, no. Yes and no. I'll keep you posted offline. Adding a little bit of memory helped, but that memory clock might be too high. Swamp 7. Speak now, forever hold your peace. I have preset clocks, but if you want a specific one, call it right now. What core, what mem, what TDP. And by the way, if you haven't checked out Son of a Tech did a video because people were reporting that the new Nvidia drivers that came out with the 3060 are also nerfing other Nvidia GPUs. According to his testing and at least what I've seen with the drivers, that's not true. Whether it's studio or gaming, we're getting about the same hash rate either way. So if anybody's trying to tell you that your hash rate is being nerfed because of Nvidia drivers, that's not accurate. However, there might be something else in play, overclocks, too high. There's various variables in there that may be impacting it. All right, 21.10. 21.10. And at the same power draw. Swamp, you still in here? By the way, if you guys are interested and have the funds, obviously everybody's going through a tough time in the world, so I completely respect it. But feel free to join down below in the membership tab, as well as in the membership tab for the $4.99 one, you'll be able to join the Discord available. You get access to some behind-the-scenes stuff, some members-only content. It's not all the time, but whenever I can, I will produce it and push it out there for members only. But the Discord is available. Alright, so 250 core plus 500 mem, power limit 80. Alright, 250 core plus 500 on the mem, leave the power limit alone. Bam. Total guess, memory bus with handicap. Yeah, the memory bus is really big handicap here. Alright, let me add that table real quick to my data. 250 core, 500 mem. So about almost the same. $21.4 so far. Yeah, 21.4. We'll say 21.42. Yep. All right, there you go, Swamp. 1,000 on the mem for Kapow. Okay. I'll try it. Power draw went down to 80, about 80 watts. Or excuse me, I was looking at the wrong number. It's still 135. at this 80% TDP. 21.94. We're in the 22s now. Yeah, Joe, I don't know who is telling people that the drivers are nerfing Nvidia cards too, but it's not accurate. So we've been on here for about an hour. We're going to do some quick testing of stock performance of a couple quick algos and call it a night. Don't want to take up too much of your time. I'll have a summary video for you on the actual mining performance. Links to all the data as soon as I get it. If there is a way to unlock the GPU X, Y, and Z, I will let you know through any means possible. I don't see why I would get in trouble, but even if the threat was there, I would still share the data with you for you guys to do that. It's 22.59. But your support is much appreciated. It really is. $22.59 with 1,000 on them. $22.59. What do we do? Plus 250 core, plus 1,000 on the mem. TDP at 80%. Same. 135. All right. All right, let's go try well, let's try one of the popular algos. This is Conflux. Oh, hang on, let me reset. Octopus. Alright, so stock. We're drawing about 170 watts again. Let's see what we get. Yeah. Hash rate's crap. I wouldn't hold your breath there, buddy. I mean, good luck in getting hardware. Don't overpay scalper prices, but I don't estimate that the hardware space will level off until end of this year. Maybe beginning of next year. Unfortunately. Alright, 38. Next number is going to help me determine. 38 point. 38.05 is what I'm going to settle on. Get one more number. Yeah. All right, so 38.05. Let's drop the TDP down to 80% real quick. Apply. That drops our power back down to the 135 range, which is to be expected. 135, 135, 35. Okay, let's see what the hash rate goes to. But I'll test out all the different algos with this GPU over time and get that data to you as soon as possible. Tomorrow morning I gotta go all the way out towards the beaches to knock out some stuff. Expect the monthly update of the most profitable cryptocurrency to mine for the month of February, a roundup that I do every month. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I do various pieces of content as well as data sharing, where I accumulate new data, information, hash rate, power draw, that stuff, and just data dump it for you guys to make informed decisions to figure out which GPUs to buy. I still stick, if you want to know my top GPUs to buy as far as cryptocurrency mining, I prefer the 5700 and 5700 XT over the 6000 series GPUs, the 6800, 6800 XT, even the 6900 XT, because it's just way overpriced. So 5700, 5700 XT, and the 5600 XT, really stout cards. The problem is getting those cards are really hard to do at this time, as well as all the hardware. And then on the Nvidia side, 1660 Ti and Super kind of fall in that same bracket. The mid-range card, that's pretty decent. The 3060 Ti or the 3080 would be my GPUs that if I could build an 8 GPU rig or 6 GPU rig, it would be built out of the ones that I just mentioned. And I did a video about that not too long ago if you want to check that out on the channel as well. So either way, I just wanted to share that quick thought with you. Alright, so we dropped wattage and we're about basically the same hash rate, 38.04. We'll see what the next number shows up as. I was moving around in the background, so I may have impacted it. Like, you can the cool thing is unlike AMD, you can multitask on an Nvidia GPU while mining. You wouldn't be able to play a full-blown AAA title, but you will be able to. Alright, so I'm going to bring that down to just 38 flat. 38 mega hash flat, because it just dipped down quite a bit. Alright, so the next one that I have on my list here is we're going to add some core clock to it. So let's do that. 100 on the core. Let's see what that settles down at. Still the same power draw. Limitless, are you talking about with this algo, Octopus, testing Conflux? You want me to test that core clock, memory clock, and TDP on this algo? Is that correct? Appreciate the words there, bud. Thanks, lad. You have one of the best crypto channels out there. No cap. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you. I mean, I'm just, honestly, I just keep it real. I don't like the fluff. 37.8 is what we're looking at right now with this current one. Let me not move just yet. Oh, I need to get something to eat here in a minute. Yeah, I was supposed to go out to the beaches right now, but this video card came in today and I just wanted to get this stream going because I know Grits was going to beat me to it. 38 again. Okay, let's add some memory to it. then I'll try the next one that you wanted me to. Yeah, so you want what were the numbers? Where'd your message go? Okay, throwing some mem at it did make a decent increase. Rather than sitting at the base of 38, we're a little bit higher, almost close to 39. There you go, 39.5. Limitless, what's the 3060 Ti do on Limitless? What's the 3060 Ti do on the Octopus algorithm? Do you know off the top of your head? Knife Party, he says, I wonder if Nvidia would push out a release of the nerf after ETH proof of stake. Are you talking about it from the aspect of nerfing the other cards after Ethereum switches to proof of stake? Or are you talking about pushing out a release that takes away the nerf or the restrictions on these cards after ETH switches to proof of stake? Because right now it's any compute workload that it detects as mining related, it's throttling the card. Chancoin, I'm with you on that. As soon as I can, I will. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not entertaining, but just wanted to present the data to you. I'll test a couple more algos and then get out of your hair. I'm going to end it in about hour and a half is a good time frame for a full-blown stream. Sometimes I go 2 hours, but this card is so nerfed or so handicapped that it's ridiculous. So yeah, Nvidia did a good job. They did it. This is proving to the mining community that trying to buy a pallet of these GPUs is not worth the investment. You should go with the 3060 Ti's, the 3080s, rather than these type of GPUs or this particular GPU because of what Nvidia did with their drivers. So kudos to the team that developed this driver to block this. We'll just have to wait and see if there is a possible workaround. And even still, if the workaround was available, does that mean that Nvidia will be all hush-hush about it? You know, like you shouldn't be talking about it bad, and get mad at channels that do? I don't know. We'll have to see. Alright, so I'm done with this. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Aeon for my buddy Yashnik real quick. I know Aeon isn't as profitable as some of the other algos, but it is towards the top of my list, so we're going to go ahead and run it anyways. I will test all the other algos too, even the non-profitable ones, just to get the data for you guys. So stay tuned for that updated video as soon as possible. So same thing at stock, 170 watts seems to be where it sits. I think we could push past that if we up the power limit to 111 is the highest percentage we can go. I will be doing off screen some hardware bot benchmarks to see where the GPU sits from a gaming perspective. I would do that live, but again, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I appreciate the 30 of you that have stuck it out so far with me. I know many of us have things to do. Savage Mind, I believe. All right, Savage Mind, are you still here and are you going live tonight? Limitless, hang on a sec. 253 souls. All right, 253 souls. The 3060 got 375 souls stock, and this is 253 souls. All right, so limitless, you said plus 200, plus 1500. I think 1500 is going to break it, bud. I think 1500 is going to break it, to be honest. But we'll try it anyway. So 250, no, 200 core, 1500 mem, power limit at 80, boom. 1500 is the max this GPU can do. 1500 is not really a stable overclock even for the 3080s and the 3090s. You're going to have crashes, driver failures, stuff like that, so I don't recommend it. Maybe backing it down. Like a lot of people mining Ethereum on the 3060 Ti or 3080s reported rejected shares. So you got to back down that memory clock to 1200 or below. Each GPU is different, so you got to find that sweet spot. So there's some algos that actually aren't being handicapped. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. So certain algos, the GPU at the BIOS level is watching and like, hey, when they do this workload, you know, let's pull back on X, Y, and Z. But it's not doing that. You're telling me it's not doing that for Conflux? Because what to mine says 48 mega hash. .6. There we go. 44. I'm gonna put it at 44 mega hash. We had a crash. Let's back down the memory to a good safe spot. Let's do 1300. So there are some algos that are not being handicapped by the Nvidia drivers, or excuse me, the BIOS level restriction. As Yankee just said, it's not the drivers, it's the BIOS. And I would agree with that sentiment. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm multitasking in the background, so we may take a hit in performance, but hang on a sec. Alright, so the 3080, the 3060 Ti, yeah, 48.4 mega hash was the best I could find. And on the... Actually, NB Miner performed better mining Octopus than T-Rex Miner. So you might even be able to get a little bit more hash rate depending on the version of NB Miner. The 3080 got 72 mega hash. About 72, 73 mega hash on Octopus Conflux. So considering the bus width on this, this is not nerf, is what we're finding out here. Alright, we found something, guys. So I think I saw 45 there for a second, 45 mega hash, but I was doing stuff, so let me stop doing stuff real quick and see what happens. Let me show you the temps real quick. So right where I was, you'll see that the temperature core is at 64. We hit a max of 72 throughout testing so far, but yeah, pulling about 135 watts. And getting about 45 mega hash. Okay, so hang on a second. Let's do some dabbling. Let's do some dabbling. Let's check something here. Okay, so that's about $4.11 a day. All right. Okay. All right. And then ROI is under 100 days, 97.24 days. So even though Nvidia has nerfed the efficiency of these GPUs by 50%, depending on the algo, the BIOS may not see it. Let me try something that Crypto Mikhail told me a while ago. Hang on a second. Let's try something. Okay, there's Conflux. Just curious about something here. There's Phoenix Miner. Okay. I just want to see something here. I'm just curious. Just curious. Alright, so the DAG is being generated. Come on, the DAG is being generated. Primarily, the first thing that was open was Conflux, or Octopus Algo. Eventually, it's going to rebuild the DAG again, like when you, like every once in a while the DAG gets rebuilt. But let's see something here. So the DAG is built now. Let me close out Conflux. No, it's 26. It's only higher because my clock was higher than last time of 1250. Okay, so it didn't trick it. It didn't trick it the way Crypto Mikhail said it may have. Maybe I misunderstood him, but that's very interesting. All right, let me check chat. Use stock Windows driver. Yes, I heard that on effects. ETH hash, ETC hash, and vert hash. So vert hash is a ProgPal coin. So that means because, you know, Raven coin, the highest we saw was 22.59, and according to my data, well, on the 3060 Ti, we were getting 27.2. So that's not too far off, considering the bus and bandwidth. Interesting. So it's only certain algos. What's another popular algorithm that we can check out? Let me check something here. So if you did have this card and you wanted to mine something and be profitable, it looks like Conflux is your best bet. Let's check out Kaku Cycle or BitTube Cash real quick. I'm gonna go to T-Rex, I think it is. Let me see here. Nope, we're gonna go to G Miner. My bad. G Miner. All right. Okay, so bump the power for more hash rate. Got you, Chancoin. Again, I will do some more data after the fact. The rejected share is because it was mining two algos at once. Try Grin? Okay. Well, depending on how much time we have left, maybe I'll look into that Swamp 7. Anything for you, bud. I mean, I could try them all, but you guys are going to be here for hours. You guys really want to be here for hours? I was just going to do a few with you guys and then go offline, eat some dinner, and then continue testing, and then present a summary video in the future that shows all the data that I got for each algorithm. And then obviously advising, okay, well, these algos are locked, these algos aren't. Right now, if you were to mine on the algos that aren't locked, this is the total profit you make per day, yada yada yada. And because you know, the fear of future driver updates locking GPUs, and we know it's not the driver level, it's the BIOS level that's actually locking these GPUs. We don't have to worry about that. You know, maybe that Nvidia will come out with a different driver that will be like, oh, well, you thought you could mine on Conflux. Well, ha ha ha, we just released a new driver revision and now you can't mine on it. Well, you could just step back drivers. Now, sometimes manufacturers like AMD will take drivers away. So they'll take away their older drivers and you'll only be able to access the new ones. But I like to download each driver, test, and then if I don't like the new one, I go back to the old. And if I don't like the second to oldest, you know, I could always go back to whatever I want. I thought, wait, what are you talking about? Hang on a sec. Max, I don't think we're on the same page. Hang on a sec. Alright, BitTube cache. It's at 135. Well, that's because I'm in a wrong clock. Alright, hang on. You guys said grin and other stuff, so let's go do that. Alright, so grin. Ooh, I didn't like this. Alright, this is CT32. Which is what exactly? Yeah, Cockatoo 32. That's what it is. And we are on Gminer version 2.45. Stock clocks. So again, 170 watts. So Grin 32. What did I get on the 3060 Ti? So hang on. I think this is something that me and What to Mine were talking about on Twitter. Because they said that my hash rate was too low. I think that was on Mimblewimble coin though, not the Grin 30, the Cockatoo 32. But the highest we saw was 0.52 graphs. Does that mean that this is not locked either? Okay, 0.47 graphs. So this is another algo that doesn't seem to be locked. Yankee, what are you saying nope to, bud? You said nope to something. I just don't know what. Yeah, so the 1080 Ti is basically the 2070, right? And that's what I said about this GPU. Based on the gaming performance, this GPU is right underneath the 2070 Super, but above the 2060. So it's in between those two, and the 1080 Ti and the 2070 is basically, you know, that's when Jensen was like, you know, it's okay, 1080 Ti enthusiasts, you can finally upgrade. So this card is like in between. That's pretty good at stock settings, Swamp. Okay, cool. So the next one I have on my list for this algo is to drop it down to 80%, then add some core at 80%, and then add some memory at 80%. So let's try that real quick. So we'll drop it down to 80% first. And these cards, these type of cards, it's probably best to drop it down as low as possible. Like with the 3060, when I'm mining Ethereum, I drop it down to 50% TDP. and still get, you know, 62 mega hash. So, but these algos are a little bit more memory intensive, or excuse me, core intensive. So we may not be able to do that. But yeah, it's pretty consistent as far as wattage. I will say that for sure, guys. Basically 170 stock, 135 if you bring the TDP down to 80%. Hey, it's the meeting we had the other day with Bitsby tripping and everybody. Cool. 0.46. I wonder, dude. I don't know, man. So here's the game plan. If you're not familiar with my channel already, usually when you see me go live, that's about as real time as you get. But some of the content that you might see later on this week or the following week may have already been filmed. But because I'm so busy in life, these chances right now, what I'm doing right now, live streaming with you guys, testing this GPU, would typically wait till a Saturday, maybe after caffeine and crypto, because you know I can only stream or do stuff like this when my wife's at work or has an engagement of some type that she's got to participate in, because you know it's just a huge inconvenience for her to either have to go out back or you know sit here with the Bluetooth headphones, watch TV while I'm doing my thing. So we're working out. She's being more supportive now that the channel is growing. So your support is helping me be able to make more content, not only through various ways that YouTube normally pays people, but you know, joining or super chatting or whatever contributions by clicking the links down in the description below. All that actually helps out. And eventually, once the growth continues, maybe I'll transition full time to making content for you guys. But I would like to have my own little section to do that. Be really nice if one of these kids would grow up and get the heck out, because then I could turn their room into my office. But you know, I want to make sure they got a good future, go to college, all that good stuff. So yeah, bringing down to 80% put us at 4.5 basically, 0.45. So let's bump up the core to 100. And see what that settles down at. So some algos are locked and some aren't.